evening, everybody. Welcome back to Simple Art for Adults. My name is Erin, and today we're going to be looking at color wheels. The color wheel has become one of the most popular tools in any colorist's arsenal of gadgets and gizmos. There are many different types of color wheels. This one is just a normal one. So this one's just going to tell you all your different colors on one side. On the back, it's going to give you all your different color combinations that you can use. These can be used in quite a few different ways, so I'll just show you a few of those. For this particular color wheel, you're going to have all your colors around the outside, and on the inside you have a little wheel that you can turn that'll show you what happens if you add red, what happens if you add yellow, what happens if you add blue, what happens if you add white, and what happens if you add black. So let's say we have violet and we want to add red to the violet. We can turn it and it'll show us that this is the color that we'll get. So let's say that we have red and we want to add black to red. So we'll turn it and this is the color that we'll get if we mix black into red. So this will really help you when it comes to layering. If you're trying to get a particular color and you have a limited number of colored pencils, you can just use this and it'll show you the differences. What's going to happen if you put one pencil over another. So another helpful thing with this is it's going to separate your warm colors from your cool colors. And when you go to blend and layer, it helps if you try to blend cool colors together, and it helps if you try to blend warm colors together. Because if you try to blend warm and cool colors together, sometimes you end up with something that looks a little muddy or doesn't quite blend the way you'd like. So all your warm colors, I like to think of warm colors as like a fire. So anything that has like a warm reddish undertone or yellowish undertone. Your cool colors I like to think of like water. So anything that has a bluish undertone, like you're going to jump in and enjoy a nice dip in the pool. So all this side is cool colors, all this side is warm colors. All right? So what happens is, for most things, when you have a complementary color scheme, and this is the most popular, this is where you have one color and then you use its complement in your color palette. So almost every single time they're going to be one warm color and one cool color. And your complementary color is the one that's directly across from the one you choose on your color wheel. So if we're using red violet, which is a warm color, we're going to go all the way across and we're going to get to yellow green, which is a cool color. So these two colors will look nice together. They will set one another off in your image when you color it. My tip of advice when it comes to warm colors and cool colors, other than using them to layer and blend properly, so that you don't end up with a muddy look. Now, I'm not saying that you can never do it. I'm just saying that it's easier to work with warm colors together, and it's easier to work with cool colors together at first. Once you feel confident in your skills, you can start blending and layering some warm and cool colors to get some neat effects. But this will help you at first if you're still learning how. This will kind of give you a guideline. Another thing to keep in mind, just basic color theory, composition, and things that you learn in art school. Now, I've never been to art school, but I have friends who have. When you are doing an image and you have a part of your image that you want to stand out, like you want that to be the main part of your image, you should do your best to choose warm colors for that part, because that's going to draw the eye and it's going to make people look right at it. It's going to make it pop. Then your background needs to be done in cool colors. So you're going to choose blues, greens with a bluish undertone, and those kinds of colors. It's going to make a tremendous difference in where the eye is drawn to your particular image. And that's what I generally try to do when I'm doing an image, is my backgrounds are usually done in cool colors. That is not a solid rule of thumb, guys. You can do anything that you'd like. There are lots and lots and lots of famous artists who've used reds as backgrounds and done phenomenal jobs with it. Unfortunately, I can't put together a slideshow for you. I just don't have time. But if you go look through some famous painters' work, I mean, you can tell that it's not set in stone. It's just things to recommend for those who are new to working with color. On the back of this particular color wheel, you have another really helpful tool. Now, your complementary, if you look in the middle, you see all these little arrows and shapes. And the first one is complementary, and this is going to be one color across from the other. And you can turn this wheel on the back to show you which is your complementary color. Of course, it's the one directly across, so that's pretty simple. You don't really have to worry about that too much. Then you have other options if you're looking for a color scheme and you know for a fact what color you want. Let's say you know you want orange in your picture. All right, so we're going to point this, we're going to do split complementary. So your first color is orange, that's your main color. All right, so you have orange. Then if you do split complementary, it's this triangle right here. So your other two main colors in your image would be blue violet and blue green. Okay? Pretty simple. Then you have a triad, which is a bigger triangle. So if your main color is going to be orange, then your triad would be violet and green. Then you have tetrad, which is 4. You have 4 colors. So then you'd point one side of the tetrad at your orange, and then you'd have orange, green, blue. Wait, did I do that right? Yeah, orange, green, blue, and red. Then you have your bigger tetrad, which is a square rather than a rectangle, and you would have orange, let's see, yeah, orange, yellow, green, blue, and red, violet. So this alone can help you figure out all different kinds of color schemes that you can use in your images. Now, something else that'll help you out a lot with this is your tint, tone, and shade that happens to be on this particular color wheel. Tint is the color that you'll get if you add white. Tone is the color that you'll get if you add gray. Shade is the color that you'll get if you add black. In general. Now, of course, that's not a set in stone rule of thumb. You're not going to get these exact colors. But rather than just using your main colors up here at the top, you can use all of them. So if you choose this one from this, okay, so let's go back to our split complementary. Let's say we're doing orange. It helps if you have a visual example. We're going to do split complementary, and we're going to do orange, okay? So we're going to choose this burnt orange as our main orange. Then we're going to come down here, and our other color would be blue-green. But instead of the regular blue-green, you're going to choose this one because this color and this color will complement each other better. And then you're also going to have blue-violet. But instead of this one, you would choose this one. So you're going to have this color, and this color for your split complementary. I can't speak today. So this basic color wheel, which is less than $5 on Amazon if you are interested in buying one, or it used to be, I don't know, I'll put a link to it down in the description box at the end of the video so you guys can go look into it if you'd like. This can come in really handy. Now, my favorite color wheel is this one. This is the Dritz Rainbow Color Selector. I'll try to move this one out of the way. And basically, it does kind of the same thing as the other one. Now, you have color codes here. So you have your split complementary is the orange triangle here in the middle. Then you have your triad, which is the big red one. Then you have your tetrads, which are the green and the purple. So they're just smaller, but they're all still there. The thing that I like best about this one, let me see if I can find us an example here, guys. I'm going to look in my secret garden coloring book, and I'm going to find something I've been coloring. Here's our homework page that I need to finish, and I will finish it, I promise. So let's take our homework page. Alright, so let's say that you're working on this page, and you finished coloring the leaves, and now you have no idea what to do. You're stuck. You don't know what color to use. Okay, so with this one, basically what you're going to do is you're going to lay it down. Let me zoom in a little for you. You're going to take this color wheel. Oh, I'm trying not to knock my coffee over. And you're going to take the greens, and you're going to put the greens over this, and you're going to try to match as close as you can which green is the closest to your main green in your leaves. Now in this case, we don't have an exact match, but if you look really closely, this number 3 here is probably going to be the closest match that we have, okay? So now in this case, if we were going to do a complementary color scheme and we wanted to match our complementary color exactly, what we're going to do is we're going to come straight across the color wheel down here to this. So we're going to have this magenta color. And since this matches number 3, we're going to look for the number 3 on the color wheel, which would be this color. All right? So then we're going to take that now that we know we have this and this is the color we're looking for, we're going to hold this up next to all of our colored pencil swatches and find one that most closely matches that color. This little tool has come in so handy for me, and while I don't use it as often as I used to, when I was a beginning colorist, this thing was one of my favorite tools. This one I got from Joann Crafts. It's actually a quilters color selector. And I did pay a little bit more for it. I think I paid about $8 for the small one, and I think I paid about $5 for the big one. I'll look them up, like I said, on Amazon and find you guys the best prices. One or the other will work. If you'd like to have both, that's fantastic, but there's this one's going to give you a little bit more information. It also gives you black values, so if you're kind of curious as to whether or not your colored pencil is actually black, so you just scribble out a swatch and then hold it up next to this, and it'll tell you, this is 100% black. Anything else is not black, it's gray. So this is 100% white. If you're not sure whether something is really white, here's your white. If it's any of this, it's gray. So this has some extra features on it that the Dritz one does not. But I do happen to like them both. This one is by far my favorite. I'll show you another example just so you guys know, just so you guys are aware. I'm currently working on, because I'm going to have to do this anyway, so we might as well. I'm currently working on this image in the Jade Summer Christmas coloring book. I really do like this, and I decided to do the wall kind of like an ochre-y color. So that's where I am with it so far. But I'm not really sure what color I want to do the stands, the rug, and the different things around it. So I don't know if I want to do complementary. I'll probably end up doing split complementary. I think that would be best for me. So I'm going to take my color wheel here. Let me zoom back in for you. I'm going to take my color wheel. I'm going to put it up against these colors here, because this is the ones that I've got. I'm going to put it up against my colors that I have been using. And to me, it looks like this number 2 right here is the closest to the colors out of all the rest. The number 5 is pretty close, but not quite. So this number 2 is going to be about where I am right now. So let's say I want to do a split complementary, and I know I have this color. I'm going to aim my split complementary arrow, which is this orange triangle, right? I'm going to aim it at this. So my next color is going to be in the purple family, and because I have number 2 here, I want number 2 here. So this will be another color that I'm going to use in my image if I choose split complementary, and that's going to be like a lavender color. And then my other is going to be a blue, and we're going to choose the number 2 blue out of here, which is going to be a lighter blue. So then I have 3 colors for my split complementary scheme, and I didn't even have to sit and draw a bunch of stuff. I didn't have to guess. It's all right here for me. And I know very well when I go to put these colors on the paper, they're all going to look very, very nice together. That's all there is to using these color wheels, guys. There's so much that they can do for you. Again, let me just be very, very clear here. You absolutely do not have to have a color wheel to color a picture in a coloring book. It is not necessary in any way. However, if you are new to coloring and you are new to color theory, and you want to learn more than just the very basics of, well, what happens if I mix red and yellow, and you want to have a visual guide to help you choose colors based on colors that you like and based on colors that you've already laid down, one or both of these is really going to be helpful for you. And these things come in handy all the time, guys. You don't have to just use these for coloring. If you're going to paint your house, color wheels, they will help you so very much. Let's say that your daughter has, you know, her favorite red bedspread, right? And you're kind of curious as to what other colors you should make her bedroom. So we're going to come point our complementary, split complementary, whatever, at the red. And if you did a yellow and blue, if you did yellow and blue, let's say throw pillows, then you're going to have a cute, a really cute scheme for her room. If you did blue, green, and yellow, green, and have red as your main color, again, it's going to look cute. You can paint your walls one of these colors. You can paint your walls red. These things have endless uses. And they're so simple to use. And I know that a lot of you guys in my Facebook group have been asking about the different ways to use color wheels. So hopefully this quick, short little video helps you make better sense of these. Again, either one of them will work. I personally like this one. If I was going to choose between the two, I would choose this one. When you get it, it comes with a big long pamphlet that gives you all kinds of handy information and teaches you how to use it. But I've shown you guys the basics of it today, and that's really all you need to know. Alright guys, if you have any more questions about colors, color theory, how colors work together, how to make your color palettes look nice all on their own without having to rely on pre-designed color palettes, feel free to ask questions down in the comments box or on Facebook. Either way, I'd be happy to answer them for you. If you like videos like this one, feel free to subscribe and then hit the little bell so you'll know when I put up new videos for you. If you like this video too, give it a big fat thumbs up so other people who may be struggling with using a color wheel will see it and it'll help them out as well. Thank you so much for joining me, and I do want to thank you. I can't talk today, apparently. That's not what I wanted to say. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you all have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.